His beard was super dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't given up on that.
It's very disconcerting to me. Yeah.
I don't need my phone, I guess.
That's the right word, disconcerting?
I might need my phone. Disconcerting.
That's what I said, yeah. It makes me uncomfortable.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Lots of things make you uncomfortable, though, to be fair.
I know.
Actually, that might be the truest thing I've ever said about you.
Honestly.
There are a lot of things that you do. You got some phobias and a lot of things you don't like. Yeah.
Honestly, there's also a lot of things that don't concern you that bothers me. So...
Wait, what do you mean?
Like whenever we were doing a different pod and Matt was like, made some joke about kissing each other, and I was like, all right. And then afterwards he's like, I would have done it. Or no, it was smelling each other's nutsack.
I'm lost.
I'm lost too.
Okay, so what I was saying is that there's certain things that Matt is okay with doing that bother me.
Oh, yeah. Things Matt does that bother you.
Well, that he would be okay with happening. Because on the other pod that we did, one time we were talking about nut smell, and he's like, "Should we sniff each other's nuts?" And I was like,
definitely didn't say that.
No, there's a 100% chance
100%
that you said that.
100%. I was like, absolutely not. And then afterwards, you're like, I would have done it.
That 100% sounds like something you would say.
Yeah, but I might have been thinking about like, you do the little.
Yeah, no, that's what you said. Still,
no, but not. Yeah, but no, but it's different. You're making us.
Just give it to the other person.
You're making it sound like I wanted you to spread your legs and me to go like face first in there.
Well, that is what you said.
So what you really meant is you wanted him to scratch his balls and let you smell his hand, which is way less gay.
No. There's a lot of context that being left out of this. There's so much context.
What an unhinged way to start this podcast.
Have we started it any other way yet?
I guess not.
Okay,
actually.
right. Are we jumping in?
Let's jump in.
Well, this is not going to be saved.
That's what you think. All right, who's?
I like when you do it.
Right.
It sounds better.
All right. What's going on today, everybody? My name is Eric Biggs, and this is Two Bubs, and with me today.
Stop doing that.
Is the very upset, the very angry, not fast glasses wearing dude, Matt Butera, and a little bit more amused today, the very funny Brent Bradley.
Also, I'm not going to put up with you chewing like a cow for this whole entire
Chewing
podcast.
like a
I
cow?
can't chew gum. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not. Not if you're going to chew like a cow. Close your fucking mouth. This guy.
He's so mad that you introduced him like that, and then you just said I was funny.
No, I'm mad that you brought up some bullshit that you exaggerated. Also, I'm pretty sure you made that up. There's so much more context. If that was true, there had to be way more context.
Do you want us to talk about it on the pod, or do you want to move
I thought
on?
that was being recorded. What are you talking about?
I mean, it was.
Yeah.
But we could have cut around it. But
Oh no, because this actually kind of directly correlates into the story that I wanted to talk about anyway.
All right.
So I'll let you guys finish up.
Yeah. So I don't know how what you were saying before correlates to what you're trying to talk about, but go ahead. Oh, I do, because apparently I say things.
Yeah, the whole point is that
I say
you
things
make jokes
willy-nilly.
and people can't tell that you're joking, and so they think
it's
you're
called
serious.
autism.
Okay. Well, what happened was we were guests on this podcast with these guys from Jersey, and we get into it. They start talking, and then the guy goes, "Well, hey, Matt, I know you guys have a podcast. You're comedians. Like, why don't you kind of tell me a little bit about like what you do, where you're from, blah blah blah."
That's
and Matt
not
goes,
what he said. That's not what he said.
100% is
No,
what he said.
I will pull up the video right now.
Do it right now.
This is the thing. Matt will argue every point.
Yeah.
Even if he's wrong.
Here's the crux of the story. They gave us a chance to talk about ourselves and all the shit we do, and Matt goes, "Nah, that's gay. Don't start with that shit." And the guy went, he just goes, okay.
And then the comedian, then the other guy was a comedian.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Oh, what's your craziest comedy story?"
Yeah, and then we never got to talk about ourselves the rest of the 2 fucking hour podcast.
No, so what actually happened? You were close. It was a little different. He didn't say, "Oh, you guys you have a podcast. Tell me about this." No, he said, "Okay, so Matt, you're a comedian. How'd you start comedy?" where'd you, you grew up in New York. Tell me about your, growing up. How'd you start comedy? Why'd you start comedy? And I was like,
sorry. The questions he asked about himself were wrong. I got those off. My bad.
He was still trying to let the audience know who the fuck you were. What a dickbag interviewer. I agree. Yeah, that is a good point, man.
No. But just asking another comedian how he started comedy. First of all, I'm 38 years old. I started comedy a year in it, 6 months ago.
Yeah, this is what you should have done. This is yes, thank you. Answering the question. That's exactly what should have happened.
No, but to be fair, I was joking around. I was like, what is this gay shit? I don't want to, I'm not answering this question. Like, I was joking around.
Yeah, but he said it the way that he talks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
To a bunch of people that don't know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I tend to be, monotone, I guess is the right word, when I don't need to be. Is that what it is?
Or I just slightly aggressive.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Not so much, I wouldn't say monotone, slightly aggressive.
Yeah.
You know that tone with which you speak to your wife that I'm always like, holy shit, I can't believe that tone.
I know, there's a lot of times where I have to be like, oh, no, I was joking. Because I talked to her in the same tone. That's just how I talk to everybody. Literally, my boss last week, I talked to him in that tone. I wasn't being an asshole, but he was like, I'm going to write you up for talking to me like that.
yeah, exactly. So these guys were like, we'll never bring that up again.
Also, you know what's really funny? The only thing Matt told me about that podcast was that you guys did? He goes, yeah, I mean, we didn't get to talk about the podcast and promote it at all, but
well, we didn't.
Whatever.
We didn't because Matt scared them.
Because he said, fuck you, you're gay for asking us questions.
No, what I said, which is what Brent was saying too, because we talked about it after, how it went, was like, oh yeah, he kind of just did impressions the entire time. Every time we brought something up, the guy did impressions. Hey, it was great. The guy was funny.
Which he is very good at impressions.
Yeah, you said he is or isn't?
He is.
Yeah, he's very good Trump and a very good Tony Soprano. But
at first I thought you said a very good trumpet, and I was like, did that come up?
He can impersonate a trumpet. That's awesome.
That would be fantastic.
That'd be a way cooler skill than beatboxing.
Oh yeah,
you'd be like the only person that could do it.
Also, but then it would get annoying because that would just be the soundboard.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, my whole point was sometimes people can't tell if Matt's joking, and he just proved my point for me. And thank you.
I know it's been something I've had my whole life. It's literally.
It's just who you are as a person.
Yeah, like I don't know why this example sticks in my.
You said that. Yeah.
He's been talked to about it by a lot of people. He's always defensive, tells them they're wrong.
Okay, but there was a lot of I say that a lot. Yeah, that's also because in high school I just had such bad anxiety and social anxiety. I didn't have friends. I just didn't hang out with people. So I didn't have anybody be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Do you think it's because someone's like, hey, you want to hang out? He said, I'm not doing that gay shit.
Unless we're sniffing nuts, pal.
Yeah. What are we, a bunch of fucking ladies? Fuck you. Dude, to be a fly on the wall.
Everything Matt just said gives off real wicked school shooter vibes. And I'm much
hockey.
more nervous than I have ever been around Matt.
Yeah, I love when the cage fighter's always talking about being nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't fucking round kick a bullet. You know what I mean?
Look, if he has a gun, we're fine. I'm fully confident in that.
You think I'm going to miss from this close?
No, actually, now that you say that, I'm not sure where you could keep a weapon on your person that you could get it out fast enough that we wouldn't notice something was happening and be able to make a move.
No, well, we talked about this last pod.
Yeah.
I'm much faster than you think. We talked about getting in the car fast.
We're going to have to do speed tests with this guy.
We have it. What I'm saying,
I'm also 14 pounds down.
Right
which
now,
means I'm 14 pounds faster.
Right
That's
now, where
fantastic.
you at, where you are sitting, how you are sitting. Show me where and how you would get to the gun that you have on your person. So you're just no underwear.
Hold
right?
up.
There's nothing to hold that gun there.
No. What if I have like
up.
a leg strap like Tomb Raider, like Laura Croft?
Like a
I've
lady?
seen that bulge.
So you're gonna have a gun. Also, you're gonna have it pointed towards your ball sack.
Yeah.
You're gonna pull that gun out. It's gonna reek so bad. That's gonna be what runs people away. They're gonna be like, Jesus, it smells like balls in here all of a sudden. Yeah.
Dude, from this perspective, it 100% looked like you just put your finger in Eric's mouth. That's why I sat forward. I was like, "There's no fucking way." I was like, "This is about to get wild." But judging by Eric's face and how much lack of color there is in it, I don't think you actually did do that. So all right, I'm gonna let it. Let it slide. I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna have to break up a fight."
Let's scoot the couch that way. Get him out of touching distance. Holy fuck.
Just the tip of his finger in your mouth. It didn't look like it was just like, oh, that's exactly what it looked like. And I was like, that was dangerously close to his actual balls.
No, they're much further up than you think. If I'm going to be honest.
You strike me as a dude that has huge balls.
No, testosterone shrinks them.
Oh, yeah.
My sack is the same size, but my balls are very, very small.
My sack just flutters in the wind.
No, literally, when you do the I don't want to talk about this.
When you hold the ball sack and the hair dryer to dry it off, and it just goes.
It's just slapping against his ass.
Dude, kangaroo pouch.
A huge
When you go bungee jumping and you pull
this
this out?
It's so sad to think of just like little bitty balls. But the sack is still...
They're like Swedish meatballs.
Fuck.
Like that size.
They're made of horse meat?
No, I mean tiny, like the Swedish meatballs.
Wow.
You never had Swedish meatballs?
Swedish meatballs are a respectable size, I think.
You have tiny balls.
Now Brent's over here like, whoa. 3 inches is an ass wall.
Well, mine used to be like
Upsetting.
Like grandma size.
Dude, it's so wild the analogy you're using for your balls. You strictly go to your grandmother.
You'll get what I'm saying if you shut the fuck up.
I don't know if I want to.
No, they're like Italian grandma meatball size. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like your Italian grandma. You don't have you guys aren't Italian.
I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
That's for the fans out there. But the
for everyone at home who's really trying to picture Matt's
for all of
balls.
our super cool Italian fans.
Yeah.
They just want to think about Matt's balls for a
Hey,
while.
gabagool boys. Like big
That sounds
Italian
like something
meatballs.
Grandma would do.
Oh, gabagool.
Grabagool.
Are you Italian?
Yeah, half.
What's your other half?
Irish.
Have you ever done like an ancestry?
Yeah, so we thought we were Italian, Irish, German, and Scottish. And it turns out we're just Irish and German.
Oh, okay.
Did you do one?
No.
Me neither.
No, my entire
I don't trust the
family.
government.
Yeah, my entire family's terrified.
Yeah,
They're like, you think I'm fucking sending out
Dude,
my
and then it came out.
DNA?
They came out and they leaked all that information.
Yeah, China.
Dude,
was
I wanted
trying
to do it for years, but I was just too poor.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to spend the money on it.
I got it for Christmas. My mother got it for me and my wife for Christmas.
Yeah.
Nah, the
And-
CIA brainwashed your mom. They got it for you.
No, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do it because I am going to kill a hooker at some point.
Jesus Christ. You heard it here, folks.
No, I should say,
Jesus Christ.
cut that out.
I can't wait for the next hooker to turn up dead. I'm sending that straight to the cops.
I'm like, look, I don't know for sure, but I got a friend.
He's super fast.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude. I tried to hold it in.
Also,
You got it on YouTube?
yes.
Clean that shit up, bro.
Of course, I'm going to.
I just know that have gotten on your face.
It didn't. But my legs are wet, and I'm not happy about it. What in the Huckleberry fuck?
It is my fault for being hilarious.
Also, it felt fake. He spit for so long, it felt like he was doing a fucking bit.
No. Because I tried to suck it in, and then as soon as you guys left, it made me fucking spit more.
Might have to buy JP a fucking table. This thing's gonna be warped in a week.
Oh fuck!
Also, it's water.
There's 100% his spit in your drink now.
It's just water.
Oh my god! I wasn't gonna drink on this episode, but fucking maybe that was a mistake.
I actually think you should.
Jesus Christ! Oh, all over.
JP's gonna stab you from behind. For everybody at home, JP looks super angry right now. He's standing menacingly behind the camera.
JP's really happy that he decided to do this project.
And just remembered Matt hasn't paid him for the last 2 episodes.
That's not true. Alright.
Oh my god.
I can't wait for the time you come over and JP's put like an airbag in that chair and he fucking shoots you through the ceiling.
There's still a bunch on the floor, my guy.
As he dumps the water off back on the... Can you get my legs too while you're at it?
Alright. That was insane. This was all still rolling, right? And Matt then wandering around. Thank you, JP.
Are you genuinely mad or just like...
Oh, no, I'm not mad at all.
Bent over in your face. I thought he was about to fart in your face.
I'd maybe leave. You know what? I'll see you guys next time. Fucking, we'll circle back. Jesus Christ.
Dude, that fucking face. There's a guy that I work with.
Yeah.
That's
Well, here,
the
you might wanna
nails
wait a
on a
second.
chalkboard phrase. Oh yeah. Here you go, big
Since
guy.
he had to de-mic to heavy breathe around.
You wiped everything up, but why does it still feel moist in here?
I'm not touching your legs.
Your belly's hanging out. You up?
You're a real white guy, dude.
Dude, I've missed you guys.
Yeah,
These
dude.
last 2 weeks have kind of sucked, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, we basically didn't see each other for like 2 full weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you guys just fucking stopped talking too for some reason too. Like we couldn't communicate. Via
Yeah, we
text.
don't talk on the chats anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
you
I'll
kinda-
be real honest. Matt's usually kind of like the lead of the conversations on like starting the chats, and then me and you just kind of follow in.
Oh yeah. So this is your fault.
I mean, I wasn't blaming you. I was just saying like,
I'm blaming you.
No, so the way I was looking at it, because Eric was like, I just want to be loved, guys. First of all, I just want to be loved. All right. Secondly, Eric was telling me, you know, someone that we used to talk to and stuff, they would send stupid shit in chats, and I was like, I wonder if that's Eric's way of saying I'm sending stupid shit because I'm starting the conversations.
You're overthinking.
Yeah.
oh yeah, you way overthought that.
No, I know, 100%.
Really, what this has proved is that Matt is the glue that holds our relationship together.
Yeah.
You don't understand
Which is as close as you're gonna get to me saying I like you.
that you don't understand the boost that just gave me to my ego.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Well, pretty sure Matt just spit all over.
That's not all I spit all over.
It was so much. It was so much fluid. It literally
It did feel like it was more than there should have been.
Yeah, because I
Like
just took.
physically, it felt like maybe you were also throwing up.
If it was on the video, I took a swig from like here to here, and then
That's a drink.
yeah, I took a
He didn't
huge.
think it was-
I took a big
He had a
gulp.
flagon.
It was a big gulp,
Yeah.
and then you made me laugh, and I spit it out, and then I tried to hold the rest of it back, and then you guys started laughing, which made me spit out more.
Yeah. I'm very glad I didn't have a drink yet. So.
Where your like phone was laying on the
Oh my
table.
god.
Oh,
But
burned
yeah.
the phone.
But yeah, see, the whole thing we were kind of talking about is that we've all been away doing stuff.
Oh yeah.
I say
Yeah.
I was out in Florida for a week and then back in Missouri for a week. You were out in
Colorado, for
Colorado.
a week, and then Minneapolis for half a week. Yeah.
Yeah, I was here the whole time, but it sounds like you guys
Well,
had a
now
good
you're
time.
leaving to
Yeah, now
New
you're
York.
going.
I'm going to
Wednesday.
New York. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what's cool? It just sounded like we were all like working comics, but then none of it was comedy. And
Oh, well,
none
you-
of it was
yeah.
comedy related. So
You didn't have to say
Yeah,
that.
you could have just been like, yeah, you know.
Yeah, but I don't want the people to think that like we're liars.
Well,
Yeah, but
out of
we-
the 16
But we didn't
subscribers,
say that
I-
we were.
I think 7 of them are us. So you're fine.
It's JP 16 times. JP has burner accounts out the ass. You go up into his room, there's just a wall of screens. Constantly having video playback. He's like, he's a
All
mastermind.
for a failing podcast.
Oh, so he's the one who boosted our thick skin.
Yeah, he was really concerned about it.
He was like, I wouldn't want this dead podcast to not get views anymore.
Somebody get this thing cooking, dude.
Well, all right. So I want to bring this up. I'm starting to realize how crazy I am. Like how I've been called crazy my whole life, but I was just like, "Fuck you!" Like I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Because my thought of crazy was way different than what people think crazy is, I guess. And
There's levels, that's for sure.
oh yeah.
I'll concede to that.
Oh, for sure. I'm not biting other men's
Yeah,
faces.
you're not
but-
homeless.
Yeah,
Right? Like, yeah.
Not yet.
that's always on the table.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. That's,
Just a
that's
bad
only a
weekend.
couple divorce papers away.
One bad
No.
weekend, dude, Nick, it'll change.
No, I'm pretty sure you and your wife would let me in, right?
Yeah, that's true.
It depends on if you're gonna not bring that fucking dog.
I don't know. No, if that happens, the dogs are gone. Yeah.
As Matt walks out of the house, he just snaps their neck.
No, Matt brings it with him, but he just knows that you want to kill it. He's like, here.
Yeah, I know.
This is a peace offering.
Then I just turn into like the dad that didn't want the dog and then loves it too much. I'm like,
you're in
snuggle
your-
with me.
You're in your
Buy him
backyard.
a wheelchair.
You're in the backyard. You're like, dig yourself a hole,
Yeah.
and then as he's digging the hole, you're like,
He like comes over and like licks my leg, and I'm like, "Aw."
yeah.
Kills you instead. He's like, well, something's going in this hole.
Well,
Fuck,
this
this
hole's
hole's gonna be
certainly
a
not
lot
big enough. Yeah. Get the other dog to help you shovel too.
Yeah. Well, okay. So on the animal topic, I think I need some advice here on whether or not
No, you should not.
I should not.
Do
what?
not get a dog or a cat.
No, I'm not gonna get a fucking
Okay.
animal. I have a life. I'm not having a pet. No, So my office is in the front of my house, and there's windows right there, and then we got that big tree in the front yard. For the last 4 days, all day long, I have a cardinal that is fighting my window. About once a minute. It just flies full force and smashes its face into the window all day long. And at first I was like, oh, this is like kind of funny.
Does it knock itself out?
Not yet. And I don't know how, because it keeps on flying farther away to then build up more speed to come back.
You know what? So it's gonna happen. When we lived in Round Rock,
Yeah.
our back windows, probably once a week a bird would fly full speed into the window and then die. It was
Jesus.
full crows, mostly crows.
Yeah.
They would just fly.
You gotta be careful with those fuckers.
Yeah. They hate Windex.
Dude, they also hate people.
Yeah.
Hate people.
Yeah.
You know that like crows literally
Wait,
carry
wait.
a grudge.
Crows and blackbirds are different, correct? Correct.
Yeah.
Then it was blackbirds. They weren't crows. They're blackbirds.
Okay, yeah, because crows are big.
Yeah. Blackbirds aren't huge, but they're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was blackbirds, but then I'm not saying that because it's gonna sound so fucking dumb. I'm gonna say why not.
I'm intrigued.
The birds aren't real. He found the
Yeah.
microchips inside them.
No, there was wiring in the birds.
Weird, dude. I've never seen a circuit board this little.
I know. I expect a different color blood to be coming out of a bird. You know how like some animals it's not red.
What animal is not red?
Okay, I'm the other today, but
Well, because
Well, to be fair,
No,
I
there
get
are-
it.
like bugs and insects and stuff.
They are white. They're not. Bugs and insects are white.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
well,
like
they don't
white.
technically have like blood, right?
No.
But
like a gecko is not blood. It's not like red blood.
well, there are like animals that bleed like a lot darker, like more purple. But when you say that doesn't seem like a wild thing to me
It
in my
didn't,
head. When you're
but-
like, oh, I expected the blood to be a different color, and I was like, huh. Yeah, that's not crazy to me. Like, I guess I can see where you're going with that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank
No,
you for that.
see, the real thing
Um,
is that you're like, well, some animals don't, and I was like, wait, am I unaware? It's like, do you know cats are fucking purple? Neon green? Like fucking aliens?
Oh, that'd be fucking cool if every breed of animal had like a different shade.
Yeah. Oh, like my cat's orange. What if he was just orange blood?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
What if? No.
So
no.
whenever you're murdering your cat,
Stop. We can't keep going. I know where this is going to end, and it can't go there.
or can it?
We can, but I think
It's
we'll
on.
be.
It's
I
just
think
on YouTube.
I think we'll be demonetized. After we get monetized, we're not there yet, but it'll happen, and then they'll be like, nope, and they're going to take it back.
They're gonna be like, you guys remember the blood episode?
Ooh, that's a pretty sick name for an episode, though, now.
Yeah.
The blood episode.
So do we have to talk about it?
50 Shades of.
I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to do it.
It got
I'm
it.
going to sit here and be quiet until one of you changes the subject.
Yeah. But anyway, so
Well, I'm gonna go. Okay, go ahead.
with this bird, I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, do I just let this bird continually get brain damage fighting my
Yeah.
window
Wait for it
until
to-
it finally dies?
Yes.
Only if it doesn't bother you so much that you need it taken care of
It
before that.
is annoying me.
That's what I was gonna say. I get how it would be annoying if you're working on your computer.
Yeah.
Is
Is it really that
super
annoying?
clean?
You just hear a thump once a day. How many times a day is it?
I'm telling you, it's about once a minute.
Oh, what?
It's about
Once a minute?
About once a minute.
Is it a whole team of fucking
how
red
long?
cardinals?
The entire day.
Is it a flock of cardinals? Like it doesn't make
It's,
sense.
no, it's just one.
One. That's wild.
It's one cardinal that lives in my. Because at first, because you guys know like the old like, I don't know why said whatever the fuck it is, where it's like, when cardinals appear, loved ones are.
Yeah,
near,
I was gonna
like-
say something like that.
Yeah,
but
so like at first,
Well, did
there
you
was this
have?
cardinal hanging out. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of like.
that's my uncle.
yeah, that,
Yeah.
oh, isn't that kind of.
Did you have an uncle that wore a helmet?
Well,
I mean, like, maybe.
I'm basically. But yeah, so I was like, oh, like kind of neat and all this, and you know, like it was like hanging out on our vehicle, and I'm like, ah, cool, whatever, it's gonna eat stuff, and then it just started attacking our window, and it started on Friday, and my wife came into the office and she's like, what's happening? Like I keep on hearing a knock, like I check the door, I'm like, oh, there's a bird fighting our window, and we're like, oh, this is so funny, and then we heard it all weekend long. It literally like wake up at like 7 a.m. and until about 5, 6 o'clock at night, just doink, doink, doink over and over. And I was like, oh, look how funny. And then today I was sitting there at my working, and I'm like,
Do you have
Go
a-
buy one of those shepherd's hooks. They're like a black wrought iron shepherd's hook, and
Yeah.
put a bird feeder on it right in front of that window.
well,
Because then
Or
maybe
do you have
it'll
a
make
BB
it
gun?
stop fighting the window, and you'll
Yeah.
get more cool birds to look at.
See-
Which, as you get older, like me, you'll start to appreciate.
yeah.
So-
We have a blue jay in the backyard and a cardinal in the front. I'm like, fucking pretty naturey boys. But no, I think that it's because the windows are tinted.
And maybe it can because
It's
it
like-
can see its reflection.
Yeah, it can see its
It's trying to fight
reflection. And it's
itself.
trying to fight itself, and it's just doing it all day long.
What if you just shoot it? Do you have a BB gun? Is that illegal to shoot a BB gun?
No.
It is illegal to kill cardinals, though. I think.
Oh, is it?
Is it?
JP,
This is.
can you look that up, please?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it illegal to kill cardinals in Texas?
Yeah, I don't know. I know certain birds are protected.
Yeah.
because
Certain
I know.
birds are.
Well, then we could just have JP, if it is, we'll just have JP go back and just change the name of the bird you've been talking about this whole time.
So there was
Yeah,
a.
but the problem
It
is.
is illegal.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Ah,
for the folks at home, that bird is gonna
You know
continue to
what-
bash its face off my window
You know
until
what's-
it dies.
Not technically illegal is accidentally leaving out some bologna that has
arsenic
on it. That's not technically illegal.
If I just make it a little sandwich with pounds of heroin inside.
He's out there giving the birds fentanyl. He's like,
To the birds and that one annoying dog. I got you a treat, buddy.
So back to what I was saying before you
Yeah.
cut me off with this bird talk.
Whenever you're spitting on the table, because I think that's what happened before.
No, it was between that and
Oh,
that.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So it was about me realizing I'm crazy, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what I did, I had a great idea for a segment on this podcast.
Yeah.
And the segment was going to be, I was just randomly on Twitter and I found Eric's old Twitter account. So I was like, let me message Brent and we're going to make this into a thing where we trash Eric. And then I was, as soon,
Yeah.
I text Brent and I was like, he didn't respond as well as I hoped. But I also didn't realize you were on vacation. So, no, I think I did, but I was like, I thought he would have been a little more enthusiastic. So it took me about 5 minutes to think this. I was like, Brent and Eric are going to team up on me. That's just going to happen. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have kept this to myself, right? So then what I did, this is what makes me crazy, is I went on Brent's Twitter and then I sent the same thing to Eric
Yeah.
saying, hey, we're going to trash Brent. Eric was all about it. So I was like, this is fantastic. Even if they do talk, maybe they won't, maybe they will. I got both sides covered. I'll figure it out when we get here, if something comes up. But then I had a conversation with Eric. I admitted to this, to my craziness.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, he basically called me stupid.
Well, here, wait a second. Before you do this, whenever he texted you, like I want to hear now your side. Like whenever he texted you, did you have any thoughts about like, oh, this is how I need to handle this?
Is he winking at him?
no.
Okay.
He's making sure I'm understanding the question.
Yeah. Yeah, I just blink a lot.
He looked me in the eyes and was like, I need to be specific.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is what happened. I was in Denver. You texted me and you were like, hey, I found some of Eric's old tweets. I think it'd be funny to fuck with him on the podcast. And so I read it. And I looked at the picture.
I did.
And I did.
Podcast. My lord. Okay.
British royalty.
On the podcast. On the fucking thumbnail, he needs a crown, dude.
On the podcast.
Podcast.
But I didn't get a chance to. I looked at the picture, but I was fucking with my kid.
Yeah.
So I was like, I saw the picture. I was like, that's a hilarious idea. But I don't even think I responded to you right away.
No.
And I texted back. I was like, oh, I forgot to respond to him.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, is that? I was.
You said all you said was like
that's a good idea.
All you said was like good idea.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah. But I just didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And because I did think that was hilarious because I was
Yeah.
like, oh, we could set this up. I was like, this was going to be my pitch. We would be like, oh, hey, we were looking at some tweets and we found a bunch of people that tweet things that we think you're going to think is
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So what we were going to do is we were going to read you tweets and be like, how you rate how much you hate this person, right?
Yeah.
And it's all from different people.
Yeah.
And then at the end we're gonna be like, those are all your tweets.
Yeah.
That was what I wanted to do.
Yeah. So now I'll tell my side of the story.
Yeah.
So I am drinking in Florida, little hammered. Matt texts me. He sends me this thing. Hey, had this whole idea. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to go pull up Brent's old tweets and bully him. And I go,
Also, I'm sorry, I forgot to say this part. I also told Eric that I was like, hey, I have Brent thinking that we're going to do that to you.
Yeah.
But we're actually going to turn around and do it to him.
He blew the lead
Oh, we'll bet big time.
1,000%. But
Yeah.
the second I read it, I went, okay, so what Matt's trying to do is to get stupid tweets of both me and Brent so he can attack both of us.
Uh-huh.
So what I did...
So you had a little crazy. That's because you were drunk. Yeah.
No, I had a very smart thought. I was hammered, and I sat down and deleted all of my old tweets.
Well,
So I spent like 45 minutes just like going through deleting old tweets, which I'm assuming you took screenshots of me saying gay shit when I was 15. So I mean, I guess I don't know.
I mean, yeah, the joke's on you. I got all those tweets.
Yeah, well, I mean, there you go. I was a child, and I said a bunch of gay stuff on Twitter.
No, there was stuff when you were, of adult age that was pretty gay.
Probably not.
You're still a child.
Yeah.
You're 23. What is it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm 19. I'm 12. What are you doing here, pedophile? You two grown men hanging out with a toddler? You fucking weirdos.
Dude, that's all I do. Toddler.
But yeah. So the second he said to me, I was like, well, yeah, I know how this is gonna go. So I just went in and started deleting old tweets.
Dude, I professionally scrubbed my Twitter when I decided I wanted to start comedy.
Yeah.
I went back and I was like, I'm gonna delete pretty much anything that could be controversial.
Yeah. When I tried comedy when I was like 23.
Yeah.
For like a month, I was tweeting too, but I deleted all that shit. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I never had like any follower, like anything on Twitter. So, but yeah, so I was finally like, I need to go delete because it's all just like me being a gay child.
Yeah.
Like being like, here's a bunch of fucking song lyric quotes and fucking gay
when
shit.
when he said them to me, and when I finally sat down and read through them, I was like, "Oh, this is hilarious!
Yeah.
Like this is like fucking 19-year-old Eric."
Yeah.
No, dude, it was.
No, it was 18, 19,
What year is it?
17.
Yeah, so I was
Let's do the
16. It was somewhere
You were
between
18.
16 to 18.
You're 26,
Yeah.
right? So that's
Yeah,
this
17
counts.
I graduated, I was 18.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so it's just a bunch of gay shit.
It was
I'm like-
hilarious.
So we're gonna have a segment going forward.
Okay.
What do you think we should call this?
Matt tries really hard to do something clever.
I tried so hard that I ruined it. But
Matt blows the lead.
It was funny that you were so nervous. Neither me nor Eric talked to each other.
I still don't
about this
believe
at
that.
all.
Yeah.
It was
my brain still doesn't believe that. But also,
which is, you are proving your point. You are crazy.
Yeah, because also it's a crazy thing.
He's
That
like,
whenever,
I can't imagine that somebody would be my friend, such a good friend,
Yeah.
that they wouldn't want to team up.
No. That's not what it is. It's from the trauma of you two fucking teaming up on me on this podcast.
When have we ever teamed up on
Dude.
you?
What?
I mean, you've gotten it for both of us because you deserved it at that time.
Well,
But it wasn't like a concerted effort.
it was. It was a concerted effort to tell me what a piece of shit I was for saying or
I
doing.
don't think Eric and I have ever been mean to you at the same time.
We take turns.
I was like, how long can I gaslight Matt before he just fucking loses his mind?
No, I'm onto all your games. I get it now. I get it. But
Oh, now we have to evolve.
Brent, now we have to execute that one plan we Then we'll really get him.
all right, so this is one of my favorite ones.
Oh, okay.
All
So
right.
we're still doing this.
Yeah,
That's
no,
cool.
we are.
That's-
This is one of my favorite ones. This is
My favorite part right now is that Eric's trying so hard to make it seem like it doesn't bother him. He's like, oh, we're just gonna, yeah, all right. Whatever. He gets so like mildly serious.
yeah. So I guess we'll call this segment "Matt Tries Too Hard." All right.
Okay. Hey,
I can see your belly.
Yeah, pull your bellies. I don't want you to look dumb while you're trying to bully me.
Well, okay. So this is from January 16th, 2017.
Wow.
It's like
Yeah.
we're on the Reading Rainbow.
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
So I say the N word.
All right.
Dude, you know what I did? If he would have sent it to me, it would have just been a bunch of racist stuff. Oh, that would have blown my mind for one. And I'd have been like, it's fucking over. I was like, hey, we own him now. And any day we can just let out a couple of mean tweets Eric's made.
Oh, and then look, then your host podcast also doesn't do well.
Okay.
Can anybody else hear a fucking bird?
Yeah, it might be that cardinal.
It's a cardinal.
I was like, as it went quiet, I was like, that's hilarious. I swear I hear a bird. And I was like,
Dude, if
we're
it
in
just
an
start,
apartment.
if it starts smacking into the window.
All right, so this is a real humdinger.
Okay.
as you know, people would say.
That 15 seconds of silence, was that you rehearsing it in your head?
No, no.
He doesn't want to flub a word.
I was like, does he think he's talking?
God, is that you?
All right, this is from. So you were as a child technically. All right.
Okay.
11/30/2016.
11:30.
Find someone who makes you want to work your ass off,
Oh.
so you can feel good enough for them, even though they already think you're perfect.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, shit. So sweet.
That's
I was
such
like,
a.
did he say queef?
Yeah, I did.
I thought it was like you're.
Here's a combination of cute
And queef.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sweet.
That's nice.
That's adorable.
That's a deep thought. When did you meet your wife?
College, like 20.
Okay, dude, did you have like a super intense relationship going on? That's a real deep
Oh
thought
yeah.
for
That's when you guys broke
for
up.
like a
You guys.
No, that's-
17 or 16-year-old
That's,
kid.
that's a kid that grew up with the internet. Bitches
Oh, yeah.
are sending you emotional quotes and shit.
Yeah, I didn't grow up like that, I guess.
That's a real queefy 17-year-old thing to say. That's why.
That's something you say, like, you just fell in love for the first time, and you're like, if I...
It looks like it's like something he put in his journal. And it's
I've
like,
always been such a sweet little boy.
My buddy Noah's got a bit about being a sweet boy.
Behind all these super macho shirts I wear, there's just a sweet little boy.
I try real hard to seem mean and unapproachable.
Yeah. I just like to look so tough. This isn't going the way you thought it would, is it?
it's because I told you guys. So you guys definitely talked and we're gonna
We
like.
didn't
we're not gonna-
talk.
we
But the way
didn't
you
talk about
introduced it, you
Yeah, I
really
definitely
buried-
introduced it wrong. I know.
Yeah.
I buried the lead and blah blah blah.
I
But
don't think you buried the lead. I think you
I think
buried
you
the
dug up
segment.
the lead.
Yeah,
I think you shipped us
put it on a
the lead.
flag and you were waving it. You were like, tweets
Alright.
incoming.
All right, now this is from Brent. 11/25/23. So you were well into adulthood. You
You
might
were
have even
65
you had a
then?
kid at this point. Yeah,
That was like 3 years ago.
yeah. It was no 2. That's 2.
I had to have been
Less than 2 to be technical.
I don't remember tweeting.
Oh, you did. And then
I will say that whenever I went back and was deleting tweets, I was like, I fucking tweeted a lot. I was like, this is pretty gay.
all right, so it's a picture of a bottle of Dawn and your kitchen sink, and it says, "Beautiful sunrise this morning. I guess you could say I was up at the crack of dawn. I'll see myself out."
Fuck you, I still think that's funny. I'd tweet that again tomorrow.
That's a good dad joke, dude. That's a good dad joke.
What time was it?
It doesn't give a time.
Midnight.
Yeah, I was like, probably not. I was like, it's 5 in the afternoon.
You'd been up on a bender all night is what it actually
I
happened.
forgot that there was like, I think a week where I was like, oh, I should try to use Twitter for comedy. and then I sent
yeah.
like 2 tweets. I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
I don't have any followers.
Yeah. What about you? Got any, big man? You go find some of your old ones.
Yeah, I found the Facebook one of mine. That was real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it said my whole life has been a lie.
Oh.
Yeah. When I was like 21, I think it was.
Were you fresh out of a breakup?
No, fresh out of being drunk.
Or is that when you first found out that you weren't all 4 of those things? You were only 2 races or whatever it was. Is that when you got your DNA test back? You're like, my whole life, my family's been telling me I'm a quarter of all these.
Dude, that would be a New Yorker thing to get upset about. Like, oh, fuck it.
Oh, my heritage is a lie! Fuck!
No,
Yeah.
it's
Also, time out. I have to just make the observation before I readjust myself that our shorts just get progressively shorter as
yeah.
you go along.
Yeah.
Matt's knees are almost covered. Good on you. My
that,
balls are about to hang out.
Dude, whenever I went to Florida, I exclusively bought Hoochie Daddy swim shorts.
Did you get pictures?
Good for you.
Yeah, I was wearing them at the at his fucking kid's thing yesterday.
Oh, it wasn't that. I wouldn't call those hoochie
I
daddy
said
shorts.
No, they're just as hoochie daddy as you can get whenever you're buying my size. And also, like, the short inseams still come down pretty far on the leg, dude.
Sometimes I forget that you're like 5'8".
Yeah.
Is that how tall you
Yeah,
are?
he's not that
I'm
tall.
5'3", dude.
How tall are you?
I'm 5 foot tall.
No.
I'm 4'10".
So Alex is 5'2".
Eric's taller than Alex.
Not by much.
That's insane. That's crazy.
No, I was thinking 5'8" is the right spot.
Yeah, 5'7".
I've got other buddies that are
5'7", 5'8". Yeah.
I'm 5'10", so you
I think
can't
he's
be-
closer to 5'7" and like 3/4. Like, well, I'm saying that wrong. You're close to 5'8", but you're
Okay.
really 5'7" something.
Okay.
What do you think?
I have no idea.
JP, you got the tape measure?
There's no chance you don't know how tall you are.
Oh, for
but
sure.
I'll give you props for sticking by the statement, I guess.
No, dude. I'll be done. Whenever I was in high school, I thought I was 5'10", and then everyone told me I'm not. So I go, I don't know how tall I am. When
This
was
is a
it?
terrible bit.
When was? No, I'm being honest. Like, my license says 5'10", and that's
Let me see your license.
That doesn't matter. He just gave him the
Totally.
height. They don't measure you at the fucking DMV.
yeah, exactly. But yeah,
I
saying
didn't
like,
realize that.
I had a kid that I played basketball with, and he was able to dunk.
yeah,
He was probably 6 foot tall. He was a white boy. He was 6 foot tall. I
Yeah.
don't know why I called him a white boy. And
yeah, what boy?
and he put on his license 5'6",
BOI.
so that he could tell people that he could dunk at 5'6".
I never really thought about the fact that you could just put whatever you want on
Yeah.
your license for your height. That's crazy.
Yeah, because you know how I found that out?
I'm
Because
also still 180 pounds.
5'10" is more believable.
I wore boots more then. Gain an inch.
Speaking
don't
of
do this
which-
to us.
No, it's time.
Well, we got 10 minutes. Do we need to save it?
Oh, I thought you were waving.
Jesus Christ. Jazz hands.
JP's just back there fucking miming. It's like,
We got. I'm in a box.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
All right. Do we need to save it for the next step? Whatever you were going to bring
No,
up.
we should probably do it this one.
I
We
was
have-
going to bring up the fact that you guys need to step out of scale.
Oh. Yeah. Matt won. I'll guarantee that.
Okay,
Wait,
cool.
yeah, but wait, aren't we doing this monthly?
Yeah.
Or are we done? You're like,
Yeah.
Matt won, I'm forfeiting.
No, I'm just saying, like, for the month, Matt, I think definitely won because he said he
Okay.
lost 13 pounds.
So then, are you going to go with what we decided, though?
Yeah, it's fine. But if you, we can go ahead and weigh in if you want.
Okay.
Do our weigh-ins go off of the previous month, like month-to-month
Yeah.
weights of dropping from there, or is it still the start off?
We only had one weigh-in.
I know.
Oh, no, what he's asking is, yeah, it's on a month-by-month basis. So now, like, this month, you guys are back to even, right? It's whoever
Okay.
loses the most from that point forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so that's what I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
'cause-
I thought it was... Oh, so we're not going off the original weight?
So the original weight to this weigh-in, right? Whoever
Yeah.
loses the most wins that month.
Yeah.
And now you're starting over again. So the next weight, when you weigh in...
You started this weight,
Yeah, let's say,
and the next
so
one.
let's say,
Okay.
let's say the next time you guys weigh in, you only lose 3, but he loses 4. Then he wins that month, right? So each month you guys get a chance to reset.
Yeah. Yeah, it works.
That's the most fair.
No.
Well, then you got to go by body fat percentage, and you got to do a bunch of math.
Well, yes, I thought that's what we were doing.
That's what I thought we were doing,
percentage.
too. Because I'm 100 pounds heavier than him, so...
Well,
Yeah.
you're going to lose more weight for sure. Okay.
Exactly. That's why it wouldn't be fair. Like, if I lose 10 pounds and he loses 4, it might technically
true.
be the
You
same.
still have to go by
Yeah.
percent. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're about wrapped up. So if you want to jump on the scale real fast.
Okay.
Or you want to do it off camera?
No, I can do it on camera.
You're not going to get naked, right? You're just going to.
Oh, I'm taking my shoes off.
I leave the mic
Leave the mic on. Just
Okay.
stand up and get on the scale, dude.
Relax.
He's about to fucking derobe. We have 4 fucking minutes left in the episode.
Okay.
I mean, is that a super hard limit?
All right.
What is happening? What is happening?
My belt's heavy, dude.
Dude.
What?
Okay.
Can this not be on camera?
No, you're.
What? My dick's not out?
This is.
See this happening.
This is. He's taking his shoes off. I don't think he actually lost 14 pounds, is what this is telling me. I think
Oh,
he's
what do you weigh in it? What was the original weigh in?
I have it in my phone.
No idea.
I was 371 or 372. 372.
Okay.
No, you were 379.
Oh, from the very beginning, the very original?
The
Yeah,
original one,
379.
the original weigh-in on the on
Yeah,
the show.
yeah.
I was like 371. You piece of shit. No way. What are you right now?
370.
Yeah,
There
370.
you go. 9.
9 pounds.
All right.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I bet I gained weight.
Yeah, I'm real excited for you.
Dude, guaranteed.
Let him put his pants on then.
I was going to come creep up on him.
Ah, you can take yours
Let him
off.
He can push him while his pants are halfway up.
Oh, he's going to...
fucking eat shit.
Dude, do you think if you took a full-on fucking even smack to the back from
Are you
standing, that you feel I did see it.
He was sniffing his shoes.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I have a thing for smell. I'm sorry.
We need 14 more cameras to just follow this fucking guy around. All right, chill out for a second. Jesus Christ. 277.
Yeah,
What do you weigh in it?
I think,
5, I think.
yeah, 275.
All right,
So I
all
gained
right,
2
all right.
pounds.
I have it written down.
All right.
Nowhere to go but down, baby.
Next month I'll try.
Next month you won't go on 16 vacations.
Well, I'll still technically be going on one. So.
True.
But, all right, boys, we got a wrap. Matt, good job. I am proud of you. That's fucking awesome.
Oh, so week 2, I was 372. Week 1, you started at 271.
Okay.
Week 2, you were 275.
Now I'm 277. Big dog!
Nothing if not consistent.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you
For,
get the
for
this
spitting
episode.
all over the table, for sure. Yeah.
That's my
Yeah,
You
that's
can,
a-
you
that
can
was-
be the,
that was an
I don't think
odd-
we're going to debate this one. We're just going to take it
Yeah.
and move on.
Yeah. But what do we got, guys? What do we got to tell them about?
He called podcast.
That's not nearly as bad as you spitting on the table and
Or you totally fucking up the entire Twitter thing.
yeah, or you taking your fucking pants off
Yeah.
and your shoes like a fucking animal.
Your
So-
tweener wasn't out, but I could see it moving.
That's fair.
Alright. I've got funniest person in Austin contest coming up at Cap City Comedy Club.
Fuck yeah.
On Wednesday, July 9th at 7:30. If you give my name to the people when you call in, you get 40% off. So it's like $9 to come hang out. So.
Hell yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Will you be there for that?
Yeah.
I'll be there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put you guys on my list.
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in
You
town.
get- I get 10 free. So
So if
Yeah.
you want to meet the boys, come
come
out.
on out.
Yeah,
on
come out. It'll
Vote
be
for me.
It'll be a great time. Vote for him. Let's make him fucking win funniest person in Austin. Then I'd ride his coattails. I'll be so happy about that.
Yeah.
I say I did have a hosting show coming up.
Which I was supposed
That'll be,
to.
you know what? That's a topic for the next
Yeah,
episode.
we'll talk about that.
Yep.
As of currently, follow this podcast. Follow all of us, Eric Biggs Comedy. Follow Birthday Boys, the other podcast I do with our wonderful producer, JP. Shout out to JP for producing this podcast.
Big dog.
Big dog! And Matt, what do you got, buddy?
I have Matt Butera Comedy. We have 2 Bubs, 1 podcast for YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. And if you want to send us an email, tell us how you feel at Gmail. All right?
Sure.
And
Matt will read
Hurt
them.
Matt's feeling.
it won't be hard to do.
We get anonymous.
We are creating Gmail accounts.
I'm like, I have 45 Gmail accounts.
That's it. I got a last Friday of every month and the last Tuesday of every month. I got shows in Pflugerville. The last Tuesday of every month is in Hanover's. Last Friday is at Lazy Days Coffee Shop.
Hell yeah.
All right, so come out.
Sweet. All right. See you guys next week.